My name is Scott Churchson. I was punched in the head, sprained a knee, and also almost got trampled to death, but I survived Dark Knight Rises. What's going on? Like I said, my name is Scott Churchson, and I was one of the originally 1,100 people that was part of the giant march scene at the end of Dark Knight Rises from 2012. I'm going to be taking you through everything I experienced, top to bottom, good, bad, and ugly. I will be actually playing it alongside the video itself. I will be stopping the video throughout just to kind of explain some things as they happened. If you have any questions, absolutely leave them in the comments. This is an open book. But I will say right out of the gate on this, there were over 70 accident reports that were filed on the first day, including my sprained knee. But we're going to get to that in a second. So, like I said, I'm going to take you guys through everything with this fight scene, everything top to bottom. We're going to talk about it. And from there, we're going to basically break down everything that was cool about it. So here we go. All right. So first of all, this filmed under the name of Magnus Rex. This is a project that we had shot November 5th and 6th, I believe it was, in 2011, with 2 days of preparation and stunt work ahead of time on the Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to say right up front, Matthew Modine was spectacular in this. He actually had a great way of keeping all of us in line, all of us organized, and all of us calm. The tumblers, I'm going to get to the tumblers in a second because that was pretty badass. But what I will say right up front is we were trained in this case to walk as though we're going to die. So you see the scene here where you're seeing all these folks. They're very quiet. They're very somber. They're walking to their death. That's what they trained us to basically do. You look at the scene right now. We were supposed to stare down Tom Hardy, knowing the full well that he's going to kill every single one of us. Now, I'm pausing it right here because I wanted to actually go into this part a little bit specifically. Ironically, I show up in this film 3 different times. 2 of them technically were mismatched continuity. I can get to that in a second. And then once actually where you see right when Bane and Batman are going to take off and start fighting. But this scene here, I want to talk about this real quick because this legitimately was 1,100 people. There's 550 on one side, 550 on the other. What happened was we were broken up into 3 different groups. There was the shark group, there was the whale group, and then there was also the tiger group. The shark group were the people that were just there for that Saturday. So way in the back, those people were brought in on the shark group. Some of these people, I'm not making this up, some of these people actually came off of Craigslist. A lot of them had never set foot on a movie set before. We're going to get into that one in a minute too. But they sent out ads on Craigslist, on Actors Access, casting networks, things like this. They sent it out to everybody to try and fill this up because Christopher Nolan did not want to use CGI. What happened was we had the first day of stunt rehearsals guaranteed and locked down. By the way, I should mention, all those 1,100 people that you're seeing right there were non-union actors. In film, you are required to have, for a big budget film like this, the first 85 background actors are supposed to be SAG. However, in this particular situation, they didn't want to pay stunt rates and possible injuries to anyone that was in SAG, so they told all the SAG actors, stay in holding, don't leave. I had a buddy of mine who was SAG at the time. I was non-SAG. We'll get to that too in a minute. But we had basically these guys sit at the bar. They went. One of them actually went and watched the Cowboys game. You know, they brought their own TVs. They just slept all day. They were told go nowhere near the set because if any of them got injured, it's going to be a massive lawsuit. There's money involved. It's a whole complicated thing. Let's send out 1,100 non-union actors instead, including myself. I did get a little bit of a pay bump. But what happened was we had the first day of stunt work locked down. The Wednesday, the whale group, we were automatically admitted into that. So the whales themselves were the people kind of in the middle section where you see about midway through, first 200 or 300 back were the whale section. In this case, 200 to maybe like 350, 500 were considered the whales. As a fight person, as a whale, you had to earn the right to qualify to become a tiger. The tigers were the people that came back on Thursday. Wednesday whale, Thursday was tiger. Myself and a guy named Artie, I met him for that. We never crossed paths again after this, but he and I had to create, everybody that did this had to create their own fight scenes for the Thursday competition. Basically, they earned the right to get back on Thursday. So we filmed everything we had on Wednesday. They recorded us, they watched us, and then you had to earn the right with it, a little orange sticker right on your chest to give you the right to say, okay, you know what? You're allowed to come back now. We did get it. It was a little bit later in the day, and it was honestly a really pretty cool experience that we were able to get that. I was very proud of that. But that gave us the right to come back Thursday. And then that also gave us the right as a Tiger group to be one of the people on the front lines for the fight scene itself. Eventually, it was not going to make one lick of difference at all because it turns out all the people of the Shark group decided, screw it, I want to get on camera. They jumped ahead of everything that we rehearsed for 2 days, and that's where a lot of the injuries came into. So this March scene, as you can see here, this is just preparation for everything we're about to basically walk into and die. No, I did not see Anne Hathaway there. I did see her stunt double ride a motorcycle in a scene that never showed up on camera. Tumblers right there. They were pretty cool to see. You're going to see in a second the Batcopter come down. We did not see that. That was CGI. We never saw it. Actually, it was something we just had to pretend it was there. So right now, holy shit, basically, we're just saved the day. There's a possibility we're going to survive. And if you look at me right on the left side, that's my dumb little head right there. So in this moment, you'll see all of us kind of looking in whatever direction we're going to be looking in, kind of generally over here, for the most part, because we didn't actually know what we were looking at. So we all just kind of looked upward. This point, this is where shit got real. So the stunt guys in the front row, the ones that they brought in from LA, are the front row guys. These are the guys that fell down. These are the guys that get trampled. These guys really took the injuries because they had hundreds of us running behind them. And as they tripped and as they fall, which you're going to see in a second, all of these guys hit the ground and then got stepped on themselves. It was a brutal experience for them. For us personally, here we go, and drop. All of those guys were trained stunt guys that were brought in, and then they had to run the risk of getting stomped on themselves. This right here is where it really got nutsos. So right here, if you look on the right tumbler right around here, somewhere in there I am. I don't know where I was. I don't know exactly where it landed as far as this particular scene goes. But like I mentioned, one of the problems that happened was they brought in people who never set foot on a film set before. And as a result, what happened was they tried to make it look good by really going over the top and undoing all the training that we had done up until that point. And this is what happens when you bring in unprepared people. I've had stunt work in the past where I've had untrained people and they try to make it look good. And in the process, you're dodging punches for real. And I did get punched in the head. But the real problem happened right at this point here. I do not know. To this day, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. But somehow I got knocked to the ground during all of this chaos that's going on right here. I immediately, when I dropped, I went into a complete fetal position, had to protect my head because I got feet around me. I got basically people stomping all over the place. And I am just in pure, absolute survival mode, just trying to make it through as best as I'm able. Someone on the thug side, I do not know to this day who this person was, but this person grabbed me by the elbow, picked me up off the ground, put me back on my feet, and then just took off running and saved my ass. I don't know for the life of me who this person was. I am more than grateful to whoever this person is, but this shit right here, this is where it really went down. This is actually, in this spot here, this is where I actually sprained a knee. So we filmed this, like I said, Saturday and Sunday. This part here where you see all the fighting going on, Bane, the dudes he's kicking the crap out of right here were stunt people that were brought in from LA. Those were not us. But what ended up happening is I had a guy, and it was a complete accident. I'm not angry with him at all. But I had a guy inadvertently fall over, and his shoulder went right into my kneecap, and my knee just went boom, just like that, and it sprained the knee. It took about 3 weeks for my knee to heal on that, and that was at the end of the first day. So we had these fight scenes here. This was predominantly done mostly on Sunday. There was a little bit of it on Saturday here. But the stuff that we had done, the big in-tight fight scene, you're going to see my ass in about a second. But this scene right here.
So you came back to die with your city?
No. I came back to stop you.
I just like that scene. I love the sound of that. That's one of the greatest quotes of all time for me. But if you look on the left side, that is actually me over there. I believe this particular scene was shot at the second day because by that point we had already had to redo our fight choreography in order to be able to match the fact that I had the knee damage. Like I said, in this case, it took 3 weeks for that knee to heal. The end of the Saturday, we had to walk back to wherever we had to go, basically get home. And then immediately in like An hour after I got home, I had to turn around and go right back. Now this was filmed over in Wall Street. I'm in Jersey, so I had to actually get on the PATH train. I had to take the train back, rest up for a little bit, and then immediately flip back around. I had a 1 mile walk back to the PATH train in order to get back to Jersey because I got lost on the way. So here I am with a sprained knee, struggling to walk. I'm holding on to various things, just trying to get through, and I'm like, fuck all. There is no way in hell I am not missing the second day. There's no way I'm missing this second day here because right now this is already one of the coolest experiences of my life. I'd only been in the industry for about a year at that point, and this is only the second stunt thing that I ever did. The first one was a commercial for a TV show that I think it was on AMC called Breakout Kings. The only thing memorable about that was the fact that the butt of an M16 rifle hit me right in the chin, and again, inexperienced stunt people. This was filmed on the Sunday, but all the stuff that you're going to see later, basically when they're going up the stairs, where's the trigger? Where is it? All of that was actually done in Pittsburgh prior. So when they blew up Heinz Field, they did all of that at the same time. So this point here, this is the stuff that was shot previously. We never had any involvement. I'm just going to let it run just because it's really kind of badass still to this day. But this was something that we had, like I said, over 70 accident reports filed from all the injuries that took place. Again, so many people were untrained. So many people had no experience. You had people that were on there that Saturday that came in through Craigslist, and they're running by the camera looking like this. And it pissed off Christopher Nolan so freaking much because we're running for our lives. We're trying to survive. And you got these dumbass people that are sitting there being like, I'm on camera, look at me, as they're running by. And it was pissing him off. It was pissing off the stunt coordinators. Christian Bale was a fantastic dude. Tom Hardy, we never talked to Tom Hardy, but Christian Bale, and this was awesome. Christian Bale talked to us like Batman. How are you doing? You okay? Everything all right? I know you're doing a lot of work here. I'm proud of you guys for this. I appreciate it. And it was like, because this is this is freaking Batman. And we went through all of this. We went through about 13 hours a day on this. They did film the scene with Matthew Modine getting killed. His character, I think, saves a kid and he gets hit by a tumbler or something. I don't really remember what it was, but I remember seeing it in the distance. And it was one of, like I said, the coolest experiences I've ever had. I'm fortunate because it's one of those things that I had that, and I was able to kind of use it a little bit for future stunt work, both union and non-union, to be able to be like, okay, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. You see this ass right here, right between Batman and Bane? This is my ass. That's me right there. And that's what made it really, really, really special. So I look back on it as one of the coolest experiences of my entire life. I remember taking the train back to Jersey after the second day, and my knee was swollen. It was wrapped up. There was nothing I can do. It was a really, really tough situation. But I remember just tears coming down my face because no matter what happened going forward, no matter what experiences I had in my life, I could always say until the day I died, I fought alongside Batman. And that is something that is cool as shit forever. So anyway, like I said, my name is Scott Churchson. If you have any questions on this, feel free to ask. I have other stunt stories and I have other film stories that I'll probably be dropping on this channel. Singing backup on Greatest Showman was in there. My experiences on Boardwalk Empire. Various things all the way through. I will probably end up talking about my experience on America's Got Talent. I was an epic failure in 2015. Feel free to take a look and laugh. I was not portrayed in the best of lights, I guess we'll call it in that case. But if you have any questions, by all means, drop me a message on this. We're part of the Streampunk umbrella, so not just Streampunk Reacts, but also cinema, where me and other actors talk about our experiences and what we've been through. We talk about movies and things of this as well, plus sports, plus soccer. I mean, I cover Major League Soccer, so whatever you guys want, at the end of the day, we're here to work for you. Anyway, I'm Scott Churchson from Streampunk Entertainment. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Take care. Stay awesome.